Fighting there, fighting here. Finally. Hello guys, so today I'm just gonna target edibles and see if I can't catch like a variety of different species. So we're starting off on the pushing tight. We're about 2 hours into the push, and I'm just gonna see what different species I can catch today. That is if the fish play along. One of the species that I'm going to target today is Bartman, or also known as tasselfish, and then maybe a cob, bronze bream, zebra, you know, just anything that's willing to eat our bait this morning. And I have a really nice selection of bait this morning. Bait collection this morning went really well. I have a couple of sand prawn, and then some really nice bloodworm. The tasselfish absolutely love them. And then some moonshine worm. Also a really great bait. Guys, I'm not sure if you're watching this on KZN. I'm not sure. I almost think that in the KZN area it is illegal to fish with worms. In the Western Cape it is perfectly fine and you are allowed to fish with worms. So the plan is we're gonna fish the reefs. There's a little bit of sandy patches in between, so we're going to target the Bartman on those sandy patches. And as the tide pushes, those Bartman come in really close, like guys, like 30 meters throw, not even. They come right into the white water in the shore break, and we're going to target them there on the high tide. But now it is still fairly low, so we're going to look for white working water. You know, guys, now I place a lot of focus on white rolling water, white rolling churning water. That's where you find your edible fish, and guys, always be on the lookout for that. So we're going to fish. There's a nice bank a little bit further out, so we're going to start off on that bank. We're going to look for a smaller cob, like a 2-3 kilo cob, or a Bartman on that. One of the bloodworms that I pumped broke off, so that's going to be my first bait. Just a small piece of bloodworm. See if we can't get a Bartman on that little bank, and then we're gonna go over to combination baits, or like white mussel and sand prawn, or a little bit of squid, chocker and sand prawn, or a clean squid bait. Throw that for a cob. But for now I'm just gonna go with a small piece of worm. Excuse me. See if we can't find a Bartman on that bank. Doesn't look bad at all. So yeah, let's hope the fish play along today, and hopefully we can catch a fish or two. There's that little bank that I was talking about. See how the swell is picking up now and just crumbling on that bank. It's just rolling in, so it's not slapping really hard on the bank. It's just crumbling in and rolling beautifully for a fish to come and eat. So yeah, let's get a bait onto that bank and see if it's really willing to eat our bait. But yeah, we need to catch some fish, guys. We're gonna try our best. Okay, we got a good cast in. Let's see if it eats. The tide's coming in really fast, so I had to move my tackle. Absolutely nothing happened on that first throw on the worm, so I'm going to go with just a clean sand prawn bait. Just like 2 or 3 on the hook. I'm using like I think this is a 2.0 Yamagachi soy. It might be a 3.0 because they're slightly smaller than the average size hook. So I reckon this is a 3.0. A little bit big if there's a bronze bream in the area, but better when there's a cracker or a cob. And if I feel the bronze bream, I'll quickly change over to something smaller and lighter. But still looking if I can't see. Still looking if I can't find a boardman. I hope the blacktails leave me alone. Blacktails can't resist the prawn. Oof. But anyway, there we go. Lekker fresh. Seems like it might be one of those days again. I've tried numerous different baits, different spots. I haven't had a single bite yet. It is dead. So I'm gonna have one more throw with a white mussel and a prawn combination, and then let me just get this sinker. A white mussel and a prawn combination, and then I'm gonna throw two rods out. One rod is gonna have a worm on for a boardman, and then the other rod I'm gonna throw a bait for a cob. And I'm gonna leave both of those in for like 20 minutes to half an hour, and if nothing happens on either of the two, I need to make a different plan. I was thinking of going to the beach and fish for a cob. Maybe there's a boardman or a white stemras or something there, because the sea is flattening out quite fast now, and I'm scared it's gonna get too flat here. And it is dead, like really dead. There's not even a blacktail. Look at that. Also no fish that wants to eat it. Okay, so now I'm gonna fish like a real lazy fisherman. Two rods, two sand spikes. I'm gonna throw them in and sit and wait for them. One bait with a worm. Come here. A worm just like that. Real short throw. See if you can't catch a boardman. And then second rod, my favorite, chocker bait or squid bait for a cob. We're gonna chuck in the squiggly squid and see if the squiggly squid doesn't get a cob. So I just moved spots. We're on a full high tide now, and yeah, it's really dead, and the water went flat quickly. I found a bank here on the beach, but it looks good, then it doesn't look good, and then it looks good, and then it doesn't look good. And it's like rolling, and then it'll the roll will fade away and then there's nothing breaking, and then it will roll again and then it looks really good and then it looks terrible. But the only reason why I'm throwing is because the water is within the next 15 or 20 minutes it's going to drop, and as the tide drops, obviously the bank is going to get shallower, and with the sea being flatter, the shallower the bank is going to get, the more it's going to roll and the better it's going to look. Looks like there's still a little bit of a side rush in the water, but yeah, what can you do? A brilliant bait, and I really want to catch a fish, so let's get that bait in and see. We're not lucky, maybe there's a steenie, a cob or a boardman or whatever, just something to get the models up. See that bank now there behind me. Rolling really nice now. Looks really nice now. And then you'll see after the set it just goes flat. But anyway, let's get a bait in. Oh shit. Biting there, biting here. Oh yes. That's better. That's much better. Finally. Take more line. Yeah. Go, man. That's it. Oof. Finally. Sure. What a day. Come on, man. I could see that bait fall perfectly on the bank. Perfect. So let's see. I can land this one. I checked the bite with my other rod while I threw this one. I walked up to it and then I just see, whoop, there's a bite of this rod. It's not a massive fish this, but yeah. At this stage of the game I'll take anything. over that line of mine. There we go. There you go. Guys, when you're playing edible fish like this, you need to have soft hands. And by that I mean you don't want to pull the fish, you want to feel what the fish is doing. And then as it shakes or as it wants to turn, you just go with it. You don't want to do silly things, get over eager, and pull the fish off. Woo, nice sun. I'm fishing really light tackle here. I'm using the Horizon Zero medium and then an 8000 Biomaster with 30-pound JDB Ultratech, and that Ultratech is so thin it feels like 20-pound braid, and I have an 80-pound braided leader. And then on that a 0.65 hook snoot with a 3.0 soy, Gamakatsu soy. So it's really light tackle. I'm gonna make it as enjoyable as possible, because it's winter time, you don't get a lot of bites, so every bite that you hook you want to enjoy it. Playing it really soft. Oh my word. Yo, what a lekker bel, man. Sure, proper board, man. That's proper. That's it, guys. Finally, after a long day, I got my targeted species. Baardman, tasselfish, or Bellman as they call him in Afrikaans, or Belkabeljou. Yeah, it was a long day to find this fish, and I'm so stoked with this fish. It's a really big Bellman, good sized fish, closely related to the cob. It's not a predatory fish like a cob, it's more of a scavenger, and it feeds on crabs and worms and prawn. You guys know most of the times that I release my fish, but this one swallowed the hook way down. Ah man, stop it. You can see it way down in its throat, in the gills. Not going to survive. And another thing is, I promised my wife that I'll bring her a fish sometime, and my hands are dirty, so she'll be happy, she'll be glad, because she's married to an angler fisherman, and she never gets any fresh fish to eat. So this one we're going to keep. I think it's okay to keep a fish every now and then. Just choose the right species. Baardman is a species that I think is okay to keep. But yeah, just out of interest sake, I'm going to measure it, see how big it is. There's my tape. .74, guys, 74 centimeters. That's a proper Baardman. And yeah, let's make one more try, see if we can't get another fish. If I catch another fish, I'm gonna release that fish. I only need one fish. Ja, lekker. Don't worry guys, it was just a baby lesser. Not gonna show that even to you guys. But I forgot to mention, and I haven't mentioned yet, and I know I'm keep on hammering on it, but if you want to support the channel, buy some Zuluk merchandise, and you can win a Ryzen 0 HXL with 8,500 Rand while you're doing that. So if you want to find out more details, send me an email to zulukfishing@gmail.com, and yeah, and you can win yourself a brand new rod with 8,500 Rand. So, and that will support the channel as well, and me, and that will be amazing guys. Really like hoodies, buffs, caps, all sorts of different stuff. And yeah, it's getting dark. I need to get one more bait out, see if I can't catch one more fish. Sorry guys, I don't have a light with me, but just want to show you guys behind me. Look at that, look at how stunning that is. Didn't plan to stay so late, but guys, that is why we fish. It is just absolutely stunning. It's not just about the fish, that's what it's about. And this, just being out here is a absolute, just being out here is a privilege. So I'm going to leave my rods in for another 5 minutes or so. Just a little recap of the day. And for you guys that every now and then battle to catch a fish, or battle to catch a fish, that's how it goes, that's how fishing works. You don't catch, sorry guys, my rod is bouncing there. You don't catch fish every day, all day, even in perfect conditions. You can see, you can fish really perfect conditions and you won't catch a fish, and you don't know why. And that is just how it works, that's how it is. And it's not about the fishing. It's not about the fish. Like I said earlier on in many of my videos, throughout the day I was getting a bit frustrated because I'm fishing really good conditions and I'm not catching any fish, and it's really frustrating because I know there should be fish and there's just nothing happening. And but eventually, oh man, some speckles in the water and it's sidetracking me. I'm gonna walk away and not look at my rods. I don't even know where I was. And I don't even know where I was. But the point I want to get to is that don't give up. Learn as much as possible as you can. Fish as much as possible as you can. And through that you will learn. And it's exactly what happened here today, because it's just experience that told me, well, okay, well, look at that water, look at the formation. It doesn't look bad. I can see the formation is there, but the water is too high. But I know we're on an outgoing tide, so within a couple of minutes the tide's going to get lower, and then it's going to be working really nice and it's going to look good. So in my previous video with the Galjoen, I also mentioned the same sort of thing, is know your tides and fish your tides and plan ahead so that you know where you can go next, what's your next step according to the tide. Is it dropping, is it pushing? So you know what you're going to do, where you're going to go, and what is the possibilities, or what's going to give you the best chance of catching a fish. So it all boils down to conditions, fishing the conditions, fishing the formation, and fishing the tides. Fishing the right bait, at the right place, at the right tide, at the right spot with the right formation will give you the best chance of catching a fish. It still doesn't mean you are definitely going to catch a fish. It just gives you the best chance of catching a fish. But saying that, you have to have a bait in the water to catch a fish. So guys, get out there, go fishing and enjoy yourselves. This is why I say I'm out. Oh, I almost forget, while you guys are watching this video, I'm sitting in the Whip Nature Reserve MPA on a tagging project. So if you don't hear anything from me, you know there's no signal and I'm busy catching a couple of fish, hopefully. But anyway, I am out. Cheers guys, see you in the next one. Please subscribe. I will very much appreciate that, and buy some Zuluk merch. That will be awesome. Cheers guys.